agree. That the police are not yet able to definitively place in a category because investigations are ongoing and something is outstanding, for example, a forensic examination.
I agree.
But what the government, Colin, just wait for me, 10 seconds. What the government has done, my brother, is that on Thursday, the government officially opened a forensic pathology autopsy suite. That was not done by your PNP, that was done by my JLP.
But it was not done by your JLP between 2007 and... It was not done by your JLP between 2007 and 2012 either.
My brother.
Previous, both administration have missed that ball.
That's relax, Colin. On this day in sports, Jamaica is better off from a criminal justice system standpoint and from a law enforcement standpoint because we are now able in greater numbers to undertake pathology examinations or forensic examinations in relation to bodies at a national board.
So it was
that was built by Labour. So you can't do anything about that, my brother.
No, but listen. Every government must do some work, Marlon. So we don't have a problem with the government doing some work. It's our taxpayers' money doing that work.
Colin, is take issue with the official statistics in the country. You can't do that, my brother. Unemployment is at record lows. The NIR is at record high. We have a 68% debt to GDP ratio. By the end of the current financial year, this financial year, we are slated to finish debt to GDP even lower.
And I'm challenging you, Marlon Morgan, that poverty now is higher than it was in 2016.
And
I am telling you that.
To your own opinion, but not to your own fact, my
but we and Henry is not entitled. We and Henry is not entitled to two figures. Which one is right? So if we and Henry 8.2 is right, then the Prime Minister must come and apologize to us for what he gave us in March 20.
I am rejecting your assertion because
you're going to reject it.
My brother, the measure of poverty, it is not for Will Federatigan, Jeffrey Tavares.
You're talking to Colin Bell.
The measure of poverty in the country is for the competent authority because we are a nation of laws and of institutions, not of men.
And if you're a nation of laws, hold on. If you're a nation of laws, tell me about Donovan Williams hiding the fact from the Companies Office of Jamaica that he was holding shares for somebody else. Tell me about that. The law was passed in 23. Let me finish, Marlon. I will allow you to speak. Let me finish. I will allow you to speak. The law was passed in 2023 that nobody must hold shares in secret for anybody because of the FATF law. Tell me about Donovan Williams holding shares for somebody else.
I'm going to say two things on this matter. I would implore Colin Bell, Donovan Williams, and any other Jamaican or any person in our jurisdiction to comply with the laws of Jamaica. And I would advise and encourage all our law enforcement agencies, if they detect anything that is untoward in relation to
Donovan Williams is a member.
Take the appropriate steps to enforce the law. That is what I was saying on that matter.
Donovan Williams, hold on.
To follow the law and B, encourage law enforcement to, pursue enforcement of the law.
Donovan Williams is a member of your party. What actions will you be taking? The party be taking?
My brother. If it is determined that Donovan Williams is in error and has done something to flout the laws of Jamaica, my position is unequivocal and very simple.
Are you aware that Donovan Williams said that the shares that he had in MedTech was not his?
Because you're trying to pivot and walk all over the place.
I am. You see, I don't get labor rights to question often. You know, so when I get you,
what I encourage you to do, go and make a statement to the competent authority in relation to shares and the laws in relation to the Companies Office of Jamaica. I will encourage you to do. But what I will tell you in the meantime is that Jamaica is better off under this and Jonas Jamaica-led Jamaica Labour Party government, yes?
And I will say no. We never have so much people dying on cheers. We never have so many people dying on cheers.
Does not suggest that.
We never have so many people dying on cheers, Marlon Morgan.
I'll ask you one simple question.
Yes.
Is Mark Golding the beneficiary in part of the gains and proceeds of the enslavement of our Jamaican brothers?
I have no knowledge about that. Is Everard, hold on. Is Everard Warmington? Hold on, man.
Putting it to you this morning that Mark Golding, my brother, to the extent that he is a great grandson of Mr. What? Levy? Yes? Benjamin Nunes, rather. He is invariably a beneficiary of those gains. Some would describe those gains as
let me ask you this.
gains.
Is Everard Warmington the beneficiary of slavery?
Of what?
Slavery. Everard Warmington, his four parents owned slaves. Is that so?
My brother, remember now,
Marlon, why you can't answer simple
Everard
question?
Warmington is a black descendant of the enslaved.
And I'm asking
like
you, hold on.
Marlon Morgan.
Well, we have some information that Everard Warmington, four parents owned slave. I have a question from a caller. From Obi, go ahead.
Hi, Colin. How you doing?
Morning,
Colin, with the greatest of respect, I was thinking this particular gentleman in court. Don't do that.
No, Obi called.
Joker on the call. I'll be seeing him in the court.
You'll be seeing Obi in the court? Hold on, Obi. Obi, hold on. All right, Marlon.
Respectful exchange.
Yeah, all right. So hold on.
No discussion with Conor Brand.
All right, fine.
Seeing Conor Brand and Jeffrey Tavares in the court
all right,
of Jamaica.
fine. So I'll put Obi on pause because I have another question for you.
After all, Colin,
no, one more.
You continue with the program.
One more question for you, Marlon, before you go. The Minister of Health said in the Parliament in the sectoral debate that the PNP, we are dishonest and we are wicked to speak about $23 billion for the Cornwall Regional Hospital. But
the number keep changing. You guys, this is 28 some weeks.
Hold on, man. We are talking now.
Which is the point.
No, hold on. But it's not what me say. No. The minister said. It's not what the PNP said. The minister said in the sectoral debate that the PNP we are saying is 23 million. And when asked, he said it's a projection. Is the Minister of Health building up straw men, knocking them out, and setting up a position that at the end of Cornwall Regional, somebody can be a fat cat?
All right, so let's be clear, Colin. Let's be clear. Cornwall Regional was a can that was being kicked down the road from as early as 2006. It is now this government that is once and for all solving that problem. What the minister said in Parliament is very clear and it's very correct. The expenditure on Cornwall Regional so far is in the order of 9 billion and nowhere near the 20 billion that is being banded about.
So who put the 20 million? No, but who put the $20 million out there? It's him. Him put it out there.
My brother.
And I'm going to play the clip.
The PNP, there's a simple point the minister is making, and I'm reiterating here. The PNP has been asserting a particular dollar figure in terms of spend, and it is not so simple.
Did the minister said the projection for Cornwall Regional is $23 billion? Did the minister said that?
I mean,
yes or no?
Is very simple.
Yes or no?
My response is very simple.
Very simple is yes or no.
We know that the projected expenditure at Cornwall is going to be in the order of quite a number of billion dollars. Yes?
Hey, Marlon, you're dangerous.
To go back to check the records.
It's all right.
Listen. He said in relation to the projected expenditure.
Listen, because we're going to play it.
Hold on. Just give me 20 seconds. The point I'm making, just to be clear, is that whatever the ultimate cost of Cornwall Regional will be, is neither here nor there.
It is rubbish. Rubbish. What?
Nothing about it.
What? You are telling me that you're refurbishing a hospital with 20 million and it's neither here nor there? Rubbish.
What I'm simply saying is this. Watch me now. Listen me now.
For a country that is broke.
Has existed over several years. So what is here and there? What is very
Link down the hospital and build a new one. You all made a bad decision. You made a bad decision. Link down the hospital and build another one. They got that suggestion. They got two opinion. One to refurbish and one to lick it down and build a new one. They went with the refurbish and it is costing Jamaica. The minister said the projection is 23 billion.
Telling the story. I want to tell part of the story as it's convenient.
Which part you not tell?
You by way of an analogy. Allow me an analogy.
We don't want analogy. Come with facts.
Hold on. Farmer Regional pertain to noxious fumes. In other words, a very concerning smell coming out of the central air conditioning.
Anyway, Marlon.
All
right, finish. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, man, I will allow you. I will allow you. I will allow you. Go ahead.
Okay. So now, there were noxious fumes creating all kind of discomfort and dislocation. They went in initially to attend to that matter. Then when they went in to address issue A, they realized that there was an issue B. And then when they started to pursue issue B, they realized that there was an issue C. And when they started to do issue C, that is what essentially covers a situation where the building has to just be demolished altogether and built from the ground up. But what is important, Colin, what is very important is that a brand new facility basically will emerge at the end of the process, and the people of Western Jamaica will have a fit-for-purpose public hospital with the suite of services to be provided, in addition, of course, to a Western child and adolescent hospital.
Hold on, Marlon.
That is all
Hold on.
built by Labour, my brother.
Hold on. Rubbish again. Rubbish. The Children's Hospital is a gift from the Chinese government to Portia Simpson-Miller-led administration. Don't come here with your rubbish. Rubbish. And let me say this to you, Marlon. Marlon, hold on. My time. Marlon, my time to talk. My time to talk. And when it's my time to talk, you will allow me to talk. The government made a blunder. They got two suggestions. One, to build a new hospital. Lick it down. Two, refurbish. The government went with refurbishing. And as you rightfully said, when you go in and start refurbish, more things start happening. And that is why they were given the option of licking down the hospital. Because the expert know that refurbishing, you have no surety. Look like him, Mama. You have no surety of what you're going to find. No, anybody who have any knowledge of construction, go do a research and tell me what would it cost to build a new hospital if it would cost $23 million. But you see these people with their arrogance, that's how they behave. $23 million is nothing because everybody getting fat half of the hog. Hold on for me, caller. Obi.